Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. So before we get into today's video, I want to go ahead and announce the 3 winners from the Go Dye Soaps giveaway. So drum roll please. The first winner is Mary Long. The second winner is Kiaya Freeze, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. And the third winner is Carly Higgins. So congratulations on being the winners for the Go Dye Soaps giveaway. I have sent emails to all 3 of you, so that way I can get your shipping address and go ahead and get your prizes shipped over to you. Let's go ahead and get on into this week's video, shall we? Welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. For those who don't know me, my name is Kristen Martin. I'm an international Amazon best-selling indie author, a writing coach, a business success coach, a YouTuber, a podcaster. When you put all that together, I'm what you would call a creative entrepreneur. I am so excited to have you guys here with me today. We're doing another tea time, although when I actually wrote down my notes for this video, I realized it probably would have been better suited being filmed at my desk in my office chair. But I already had this whole little area set up, so you know, we're just gonna go with it. Please take a moment to go grab a warm beverage and come sit back down with me. I am drinking tea that came out of this cute little tin that I got in a book subscription box. I can't remember which one. It was probably an Owl Crate box. But it is Adagio teas. I'll leave it right here, adagio.com, because this is like my new favorite tea and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of this again. But the ingredients: honey bush, apples, rose hips, cinnamon, pumpkin flavor, cornflowers, and marigold. For me, this is like the perfect tea for transitioning from winter, kind of, you know, heading into spring here. In today's tea time, we are going to be discussing how to make the old feel new again. It's February, we're 2 months into the new year, and you know, the magic and wonder and, oh, let's get things done in January, that sort of mood and momentum can kind of fizzle and start to fade a little bit, especially into February. I know I was kind of feeling that way in January, especially since I got sick and yeah, was knocked off my feet for 2 weeks with the flu. But nevertheless, I have done a few things in different areas of my life because things were starting to feel stale, and that's never a good thing. When things start to feel stale or you're not enjoying certain aspects of your life or your daily routine anymore, it is time to switch things up a little bit, spice things up, and just make things feel new again. Before we continue with this tea time, make sure you are following me on Instagram. I will leave it in this corner right here. That is where I post pretty much on a daily basis. So today we're gonna focus on 5 areas of life that might need a little pick-me-up. I know personally that all of these areas, except for one, needed a complete revamp. So let's go ahead and jump on into this, shall we? The first area we are going to focus on is routine. And the reason why we're going to start with routine is because these are the things that you're doing every single day. So if you're not enjoying the tasks that you're doing and just, yeah, the actual things that you're doing on a daily basis, of course things are going to feel old and stale and just not new or exciting or fresh. So within my routine, I like to look into the habits that I currently have. I'll look into my habits and I'll ask, is each one of these habits contributing to my day in a positive way? Does it make me feel good? Or is it just something I'm doing because, you know, I watched some other YouTube video and they said, you should do this in your morning routine. It's really important to make sure that your routine fits who you are as a person, that it aligns with you and what it is you're trying to achieve and what makes you feel good. Like if you hate yoga, don't do yoga. If you don't like meditation, don't do meditation. You may be more inclined to have a mini dance party in your bathroom in the morning, or to go for a really long leisurely run, or to read 10 to 20 pages of a book first thing when you wake up. The key to having a great routine and to being excited about your routine is making sure that the habits and the things that you are doing every single day bring you joy and make you happy. Otherwise, what's the point of doing them? Introducing new habits into your routine can be difficult because maybe you'll do it one day and then you'll kind of forget to do it the next day because it's not part of your routine yet. It is still a new habit. So this is where I like to do something called habit stacking. It's where you take a couple of habits that you do one after the other and you stack your new habit on top of it. In a way, it acts as a trigger to get you to do that new habit more often because it comes after these habits that you were so used to doing in your daily routine. An example that I recently started habit stacking is with getting dressed. And not so much getting dressed, but choosing my outfit the night before. This is something I used to do a long time ago, and then I just kind of stopped doing it because I lost the excitement in wanting to express myself with fashion, which is a really sad thing. But recently I've really gotten back into it, and I've really enjoyed taking the current pieces in my closet. Like, I've really narrowed everything down, and I've taken the current pieces in my closet and started putting things together that maybe I wouldn't normally wear or wouldn't normally put together. This outfit right here, you can't really see my pants, but this is definitely an outfit that I wouldn't necessarily wear every day or wouldn't have put together. But in taking the time to actually do this, and I do this at night, so after I brush my teeth, it's very specific. I have my nighttime routine where I brush my teeth, I do my entire face mask, and the minute I take out my contacts and put my glasses on, that's where I stacked the new habit. So I go into my closet and I look through my outfits and I'll start just picking things out and putting them together. And I'll kind of put it at the end of my closet so I can see everything hanging up. So that way in the morning, it takes out that whole decision fatigue and I'm able to just take a shower and get ready, go into the closet, the outfit's right there. It's one less decision I have to make throughout the day, which is definitely a good thing. So that's the first area to look at, is your daily routine. What are you doing every single day? What habits do you have? Do they actually make you happy? Are they contributing to some larger vision, some larger picture? If not, examine those, take out the ones that don't make you happy, and start implementing new, fresh habits that might bring more joy to your day. The second area is relationships. So if your relationship with your spouse, significant other, a family member, a friend, coworker, colleague, whatever, if it's starting to feel stale or like it's just kind of old and there's nothing really exciting about it anymore, there are so many different things you can do to make it feel new again. It's kind of ironic actually, because in this day and age, we have so many ways to connect with people, yet I feel that we are the most disconnected that we have ever been, because we are behind screens and we're not actually having that face-to-face interaction like we used to. A really easy way to liven things up, especially if you are always texting one another, maybe it's someone you don't see very often, so you're always texting, schedule a FaceTime date or a Skype date instead. If it's someone you see on a more regular basis, like your spouse or significant other, then I encourage you to research some fun, unique activities that maybe you haven't done together, whether it's scheduling an at-home, budget-friendly date night or going out and doing something you've never done before. You could go see a concert together, you could go to a comedy club, you can go bowling, indoor skydiving, go play miniature golf, ride some go-karts, go see a play, or go to the ballet. There are so many unique and different activities that are out there that I feel like we just don't take advantage of because we're so consumed by technology and media and just being behind screens. And life doesn't happen behind screens, life happens outside of screens. So go live life and go live it with the people that mean the most to you. The third area that might need some sprucing up is your health. Maybe you've been eating takeout for weeks on end. Maybe you are just so sick of your exercise routine. Maybe even the music that you're listening to is just not doing what it used to, and it's not getting you pumped up and excited to get those endorphins flowing. For me personally, as much as I love running outdoors because I feel like it's just such a good release for me, I found that I was growing a little bit tired of it because it was just the same thing over and over again. So while it was therapeutic, I wanted to find a way to do cardio that just had a little more grit to it and had someone or something that would just really push me to keep going. And for as long as I can remember, I always loved spinning, and that's exactly why I invested in a Peloton. And so now I just go upstairs, I have instructors and I'm there live in classes, or I can do them on demand, and there's other people riding, and it's kind of like this friendly competition going on. And it's really fun because you find your favorite instructors, the people that you really vibe with, and they just push you and push you. And I swear, I've had the best workouts upstairs on my Peloton. Another thing that might be kind of going stale is recipe ideas. And I know for me, and again, none of this is sponsored. None of this is sponsored by Peloton or HelloFresh, which is what I'm about to mention. These are just things that I have done or have implemented into my life to make things feel kind of new and fresh and exciting again. So with meals, I just found that I was reaching for the same things all the time or the same recipes. And you know, that gets kind of boring. I live pretty far out from where all of the nice restaurants are, so it's not like I can just run out real quick for 10 minutes, go pick something up and bring it home. Not to mention, I actually really do like to cook. And with HelloFresh, I get to pick out my meals every single week. All of the ingredients are dropped off at my doorstep. They are pre-portioned, so I don't have to worry about, you know, buying a bunch of a certain item and then it going bad, because I have the exact amount I need and it's already pre-packaged and pre-portioned. So then I just go into my kitchen and I'm able to just pull this nice little recyclable bag out, pull all the ingredients and get to cooking. And every single meal I've had so far has been exciting and flavorful, and I've added new recipes to my own little catalog of recipes, if you will. So it's just become more exciting for me to cook because I get to try new things. And then of course, music is another great way to make your workouts feel fresh and new again. Really, whenever I create a new playlist, which I love to do on Spotify, it just gets me pumped up to get moving. So music can do that for a lot of different areas of your life. It can definitely do it for health, for your commutes, for your productivity. There are so many wonderful ways to use music to make things feel new again. The fourth area that might be feeling kind of stale is work or your job. Maybe it's just, you know, the same thing day in and day out, whether you're working in a cubicle or you are a nurse and you're at a hospital, or you're a bus driver or a waitress, or whatever your job is. I totally understand the feeling of going into work every single day and just feeling like it's going to be the same thing over and over again. There may be some things that you can't really change about your job because it's not up to you and that, you know, is out of your control, or you don't have the authority to do so. There are some things you can do to make going to work a little bit more fun and maybe making it feel like new again. One idea is to take a completely different route to work. You can listen to different music like we just talked about. You can listen to podcasts instead. You can start listening to audiobooks. There's so many different things you can do on your way to work and also on your way home from work to just make it feel like it's something new and exciting again, and not just, you know, sitting in rush hour traffic and wanting to honk your horn and bash your head into the steering wheel. If you get a lunch break, try going to a new restaurant, eating somewhere new, or going and picking up some food, or bringing your lunch and going to a park and sitting outside to eat instead. Just do something different every single day. And for the love of all that is holy, please do not eat your lunch at your desk. I know sometimes that might seem like the best thing to do, but I promise you, you need to get outside. You need to go wander around, because sitting in the same place all day long is not doing anything for you. It's not doing anything for your productivity, for your energy levels, or for your creativity, and really just for your overall well-being. Another thing you can do is to talk to people in your office that you don't normally interact with, whether that's because you're in different departments or it's just not someone you talk to regularly. Just stop by their office and strike up a conversation. Who knows, maybe talking to someone new will help your day go by a little bit faster. And lastly, the fifth area we're going to focus on is your passions. And I'm specifically going to talk about writing here, since that is what I am passionate about, and I know a lot of you out there are also writers. So I'm going to talk about a couple of ways you can make your passion for writing and sitting down to write feel new again, especially if your current routine has grown stale. There's so much you can do in your environment. Is it currently messy? Is it chaos? You know, is everything just so disorganized you can't even tell what's the ceiling and what's the floor? If so, it might be time to tidy up and get organized. If your space is already organized, but you're feeling kind of when you sit down to write and it's not really feeling exciting or new anymore, I would recommend getting a diffuser and diffusing some essential oils. I know that peppermint is really great for focus, or treating yourself to some new candles and kind of surrounding yourself with new scents. I also recommend doing some Feng Shui in your space. I love moving around my office. I have moved my desks and just everything in my office around so many times, and I hope it just brings a new energy and new flow, just a new vibe, an overall vibe into the room. Another thing I recently started doing as well, especially when I'm starting to feel a little bit stuck with a certain chapter, maybe writer's block is kind of creeping in a little bit, or I'm just not feeling that inspired or motivated to write, is I'll actually start putting up images on my window, like taping up printed out images that I found on Pinterest, or if I have certain mood boards, I will put those in front of me, like right in front of my face, so that every time I look up from the computer, I am seeing images that are inspirational, or maybe that have something to do with the certain scene or the setting that I'm writing for my book. If those things don't really work for you, then it might be time to switch up your environment entirely. So if you're always writing in your home office, maybe try writing outside, or go to Barnes & Noble, go to Starbucks, go to the library, just go somewhere different and see what that does for you. And the third thing I'm going to recommend is probably something that will be an unpopular opinion, but for writers specifically, I think sometimes we need to do things that are outside of our comfort zone. So if you identify more with being a pantser, or maybe you identify more with being a plotter, maybe when you sit down to start your writing session, do the opposite of that. So if you are someone who is really organized and you like to have your outline, maybe just sit down, don't even open your outline, sit down in front of your computer and just start typing and see what happens. See what flows out of the creative well. And on the other end of the spectrum, if you are a pantser, pull out your notebook and start jotting down ideas, or kind of start outlining out the next scene or the next chapter that you're going to write. You may find that, you know, as a pantser, you're like, wow, I feel so organized and this first pass is gonna make so much sense because I actually wrote everything down. And as a plotter, you might be like, wow, that was so exhilarating. I just wrote without even having to look at my outline. You never know. I think it's fun to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit. If what you write is complete garbage, you can always edit it later, but at least you tried something new and you did something different in your writing routine. So that is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up to support my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that little bell. That will send you email notifications to your inbox whenever I upload new videos, which is every week on Mondays. If you didn't already know, I am also on Patreon. So if you are interested in becoming a patron and getting even more access to even more content, make sure to check out the link in the description box below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.